got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it, feel that. Raise your hands up, raise them up.
Okay, welcome to the Forex Trading Asia Daily Currency Call, and this is episode 346. It's the 2nd of August, 11 a.m. here today in Singapore, GMT +8. All right, so if it's your first time here, a big welcome. We do this currency call every Monday to Friday, and the currency we analyze is as follows. On Monday, we do the Aussie and Kiwi, which is today. Tuesday, Euro, Wednesday, Pound, Thursday, Yen and Gold, Friday, Canadian Dollar, and cryptocurrencies. All right, so this is the currency call where you will get market economic updates, key support resistance levels, trade ideas, and more. This currency call is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and short-term traders. Here we will be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So a disclaimer, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speakers. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. Okay, so tomorrow there's the RBA rate statement happening at 12:30 p.m. 3rd of August, GMT +8. All right, so I'm going to get Kim Hong here, currency analyst and LCMS traders to help us prep for that. Kim Hong.
Okay, thank you, Junwei. A new week, a new series, or rather, should I say, a new month, a new series of central bankers meeting. Okay, yep. Tomorrow, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, come on, the Reserve Bank of Australia will be meeting. Okay, at 12:30 GMT +8. Okay, a quick recap of what went down during the previous meeting. Okay, so two main things. First thing is they extended their QE, okay, from the current round that will be ending in early September, okay, to November. Okay, so that means there's a 2 months extension in QE. Okay, now the second thing is the QE that will be extended will be at a tapered rate of 4 billion Australian dollars per week, okay, as opposed to the current rate of 5 billion Australian dollars per week. Okay, so that was what the central bank was planning, okay, during the previous meeting. Now, what to expect tomorrow? Okay, I think recently I actually mentioned something about the worsening condition of the COVID situation in Australia, okay, due to the Delta variant, which may actually lead to the RBA, okay, from holding back their plans on QE tapering. Okay, so it seems like this may actually happen tomorrow. All right, so the COVID cases in Australia has been unfortunately on a rise, okay, for the month of July. All right, I don't have the chart right now for you guys, but if you just search, do a quick Google search of COVID cases Australia, okay, you will see there's a chart and it's a very bad uptrend. Okay, so with this whole rise in COVID cases in Australia, all right, the central bank, Reserve Bank of Australia, may actually be holding back their QE plans, QE tapering plans. Okay, so my take is that they are still going to extend QE by 2 months. Okay, from September to November, but QE rate, the rate of QE will go on at the current rate of 5 billion Australian dollars per week for the time being. Okay, for the time being. Now, so what they're going to do is they're going to hold QE at the same rate, and they will reconsider, okay, again in September's meeting. I think it's in 7th of September. Okay, whether QE tapering is still valid. Okay, as you guys know that this whole COVID situation has been going on for like the past 1 year, 1.5 years, and things like that. As it goes on, countries around the world are getting more and more adapted to containing this whole spike. So Australia is also currently doing the same thing, you know, with the whole extension of lockdown and things like that. Okay, more COVID restrictions, you know, stay home notice and things like that. All right. So if they manage to keep the whole spike, contain the whole spike, okay, and actually keep the numbers down for the next 1 month or so, they may actually still go on for a QE tapering. All right. Now, that being said, just want to bring you guys back to something that the governor Philip Lowe mentioned during the previous meeting. Okay, so he said that we are not locked into any particular path, and bond purchases could be scaled up again if economic conditions warrant. Okay, so this statement was actually made in reference to the whole flexible quantitative easing adoption that they have been doing. Okay, so the programs have been kept short. Okay, QE programs have been kept short, like on a 5-month basis, and on a weekly, 5 billion Australian dollar weekly purchase. Okay, so this whole flexibility actually give them, this whole thing actually give them the flexibility of, adjusting their QE lower if necessary, or even higher. Now, higher is something that we don't want to look at, okay? But this may actually be something that we have to be prepared for, okay? Now, with this, just now I mentioned that if they manage to contain the whole spike and keep the numbers low for the upcoming months, they may actually consider a continuation of a plan to actually taper it down to 4 billion. Okay, now if things were to go on to become getting worse and worse and things like that, we may actually be hearing them in terms of revising the QE upwards, okay, from the current 5 billion to 6 billion. Okay, so hopefully we don't hear that from them tomorrow, because I personally feel that it's going to be a bit too aggressive coming from the central bank. So what they're going to do is they might want to just hold things unchanged for tomorrow, okay, and wait for more economic data releases, like the quarterly data, okay, that will be released in September, and then update the market on whether they will be still hold unchanged, or increase or proceed with the core QE tapering plan. Now with that, okay, so chances are the RBA is going to be dovish, right? So if you guys are planning to trade tomorrow's RBA meeting, okay, yes, likely they are going to send out dovish messages saying that with the whole recent spike in Delta variant cases, we are not seeing things to be very favorable and things like that. Now, if they were to actually send out a higher dovish note, then we may actually be seeing a brief weakening in the Australian dollar for a short period of time. Why do I say for a short period of time? That's because I do not have the charts with me right now, okay? But if you guys were to refer to the charts for Australian dollar against any major currencies, okay, be it Aussie dollar, Aussie yen, Aussie francs, pound Aussie, and things like that, you have noticed that for the whole month of July, Australian dollar has been weakening against the other major currencies, okay? So why is that the case? Because of obviously because of the whole spike in cases. So in a way, the whole weakening of Australian dollar has, I would say, to a certain extent, being priced in. Okay, so the market has already reacted to the whole weakening of Australia. Has already been reacting to the whole spike in cases in Australia. Okay, and has already speculated that the RBA may actually be holding back on QE tapering. So if they are just going to say that we're going to hold back on QE tapering, yes, there may be a slight weakening in Australian dollar, okay, in the initial, short period of time, but chances are the effect is unlikely going to be lasting, okay? So if you guys are going to be trading, just pay attention to this whole, brief weakening of Australian dollar point that I just made, and, keep your trades short term if necessary, all right? With that, I'm just going to update you guys on this whole RBA thing on, I think, Wednesday, all right? With that, I'll hand it back to Jinwei.
All right, thanks for that, Kim Hong. Okay, let's head to the charts now with the dollar index with Scott Andrews from Forex Briefcase, Australia. Scott.
All right, guys. Hello and happy Monday as well. And thanks, Kim Hong, as well, for the insights into the RBA. So, US dollar, guys, it's pretty interesting right now. We're currently seeing it at a support level. And, you know, right now, we've got the ASX, the Australian stock market trading, and it's pushing really strongly. I just want to bring that up just for context. Now, the reason why I do this is that it's a risk sentiment indicator that I refer to. So we've got it pushing, you know, really exceptionally high. We've got it above 74.17. And you know what that means is that there's just a lot of bullish sentiment out there. So back to the US dollar chart now. And really there's an opportunity here with the news coming out just to see if, you know, we can get a little bit of a push higher off here. So we have seen, you know, the US dollar trading below recently. We saw it, you know, breaking down. And I guess with everything that's been going on with the FOMC, they're still very much constrained with their monetary policy as well. So what I will do is I'll just bring up the news just to pay attention to this week, because it's, you know, it's definitely going to be quite interesting for the US dollar as well. So, and it's, you know, it's something that it can be a little frustrating when you think there's something going to happen and it doesn't. So what I'll do here, I'm just having some technical issues, but I'll read it out here, guys. So we've got PMI, and we've got that coming out tonight. So firstly, at 21:45, we've got the manufacturing PMIs for July. So what we're looking for is 63.1 was last month. So if we can get a beat on that, that should, you know, be bullish for the US dollar. And then at 2200, again, GMT plus 8, we've got the ISM manufacturing PMIs, and that is coming in at 60.9 is the forecast. So again, anything above 50 is good. So we saw last month was 60.6. So let's just see what happens there. And that could, you know, right now is a nice situation for the US dollar. And, you know, like Kim Hong's mentioned with the Aussie dollar, it's been moving in a bit of a downtrend. So we'll see. And with the 92 level, if it does get broken, there could be some nice trading opportunities as well. We've got the Aussie and the Kiwi in focus today. And one other thing that, you know, we've got to talk about to conclude is on Friday, we do have the non-farm payrolls at 8:30 in the evening. So that's going to be quite interesting to see what happens with that. Just, you know, this could really either catapult the US dollar back above, you know, this low 92 level, or we could just see a bit of a sluggish US dollar and some potential reversals in these other currency pairs as well. But those are my thoughts there, guys. US dollar, stand by until we get the release tonight and then go from there.
Okay, thanks for that, Scott. Right, so today is Monday. The currency focus is Aussie and Kiwi. And we have Jin Dao Tai here, founder of LCMS Traders and a multi-million-dollar trader trading an account with more than US $15 million on a daily basis. All right, Jin, I'll pass it to you for the Aussie and Kiwi.
All right, thanks for that, Chinwei. So welcome to the second half of the year. Well into the second half of the year. We're in August now, first week of August. I think that with what Kim Hong has been sharing, with what Scott has been sharing this week, is probably going to be quite a impactful week. We're going to see a lot of things right now being set up, you know, and sitting in a position ready to move. We just need those triggers from central banks to give the idea whether they're looking at further increases or disappoint the markets with no action. And then all that action or inaction is going to give some movements to the currency pairs. So with that said, looking at the news, right, Scott was sharing as well. This week we have a lot of news to be released. Today being Monday, we have a whole suite of Euro news. All right, Euro news. And I'll tell you more about this Euro news, not just the impact here, but also, you know, moving on from there. We'll talk about Euro tomorrow. We've got a pound, we've got US ISM manufacturing PMI numbers looking like a slight increase. Probably not going to do too much on the dollar index, you know, like Scott was saying, we're going to sit there, wait, let it move. I think that we're not going to see too much at this point, more leading towards non-farm payrolls on Friday. But on Tuesday, tomorrow, like Kim Hong was saying, we do have the Reserve Bank rate of Australia's rate decision. Most likely or most definitely, they're going to hold it at 0.1%, but pay attention to the rate statement. Right, the rate statement here, we're looking for any hints or comments regarding tapering of QE. Are they going to taper? Are they not going to taper? Currently, as Kim Hong was sharing, our view is that they're probably not going to taper. They're probably going to be a little bit dovish with the statement. So you could anticipate some Aussie weakness to be applied at this point in time. But the hint is that, you know, the hint that Kim Hong was talking about is that markets seem to have priced in this weakness or this dovishness coming from the Reserve Bank. So if it's priced in, my view is that we might see a short spike as people take profit, as people, you know, offset their accounts or their trades. We might see a short spike in the Aussie dollar before we see that resumption of the downward move because of the actual news from the rate statement. So look out for that. I'll tell you what it means in terms of the chart shortly. On Wednesday, we do have the New Zealand early Wednesday morning, 6:45 a.m. GMT +8. We do have unemployment rates for New Zealand looking like it's going to go from a 4.7 to a 4.5%, looking like a slight drop in unemployment rates. Employment change numbers looking like a slight improvement, going from a 0.6 to a 0.7, and that's a quarter-on-quarter number. So relatively strong numbers, well, relatively strong data, a slight increase or slight improvements in the number there. So that might have some movements to the New Zealand dollar in this case. Retail sales number for Aussie looking to go from 0.4 to a -1.8. This is a big turn downwards for retail sales number for the Aussie, looking like it's going to have some negative impact on the Aussie dollar in this case. Following on from that, we do have quite a bit of US PMI numbers again to be released. Non-manufacturing PMI to go from a 60.1 to a 60.4. You can see here, US ISM non-manufacturing PMIs, and tonight we have the manufacturing PMI looking like it's not going to have that big improvements, but still holding consistent, holding steady in that expansionary phase. So with that, we still anticipate some US dollar strength to be applied, you know, throughout this week. On Thursday, no more Aussie news, no more Kiwi news, but we have that focus on the pound dollar, on the Bank of England. So pay attention. On Wednesday, we'll be talking about the pound, so look out for that analysis. On Friday, monetary policy statement and the New Zealand inflation expectations. Again, at this point, despite these two news being relatively high impact, I don't think we're going to see a big movement from this, primarily because as you scroll down on Friday, we have non-farm payrolls for the US. This is a bigger news, so I think we're going to see markets being a little bit muted on Friday, leading up to this news at 8:30 GMT +8 Singapore time. So 8:30 non-farm payrolls was 850, expected 900. Better, slight improvements there again. We're looking at quite consistent improvements in terms of employment numbers and unemployment rate looking for the US unemployment rate looking to go from a 5.9 to a 5.7%. So you can see here quite consistently we're looking at good US data or consistent US data. So I do anticipate some further US dollar strength with the rate statements to be released tomorrow, possibly a little bit dovish. We could see what it means here on the charts. I'll show you here on the Aussie H4 time frame. You know, currently the Aussie dollar sitting at the 7343 level. Last time when we spoke about this, I said it was going to drop. It didn't drop. It dropped a little bit, but didn't continue further downwards. So at this point, I think that we could actually see the Aussie dollar. Remember, the anticipation of the dovishness, the bad news that has been, in terms of COVID numbers in Aussie being quite prevalent at this point. I think we could see a bit of a bounce up tomorrow when the news is being released, because everyone has been selling the rumor, everyone has been selling the idea that the RBA is going to be negative. I think that we could see a bounce back up before that drop back down again. So I wouldn't do anything at this point. If it does drop, I wouldn't be looking to sell it down. I'll zoom in one more just so it's a bit easier to see, right? If it does drop, I wouldn't be looking to sell it down because last week it bounced at about 7328. Pretty much the same place where we are right now. So it would need to go below that. And if it does go below 7328, the next level is only a 30 pip away move at 7295. So I wouldn't be looking, if it does turn down, to sell it down. I'll look for it to go up, test the 7.4 level, reject the 7.4 level before looking to sell. So pretty much like what we've seen late last week or 2 weeks ago where we saw it break below this point. So in summary, for Aussie dollar, look to sell below 7388. Look to sell below 7388. You could have a very tight stop loss at about 20 to 25 pip. Your take profit could be an easy 50 to 60 pip downward move. 20 pip stop loss, 60 pip take profit level. You're looking at an easy 1:3 risk reward ratio towards the downside. But the crucial thing here is to wait for it, be super patient, let it move up towards 7.4, let it reject that point before looking to sell. Okay, so as I keep saying, wait for it, wait for it. A lot of times everyone wants to rush into a trade. Remember, you wait for that good setup, let it test and reject 7.4 before looking to sell downwards. From that, looking at the Kiwi dollar, last time we spoke about it, I said it was likely to come down and test 6.9. It did that exactly, tested 6.9, bounced straight back up at this point. Remember, we're anticipating good news for New Zealand dollar in terms of employment numbers to be released later this week. I think that we might see similar moves to the Aussie dollar because of that correlation. We might see some similar moves. So I anticipate the New Zealand dollar to also track slightly back upwards towards the 7013 level. But I don't think it'll go all the way to that point. I think it will come towards just below 70, and then it will sit right across and test lower again. You can see my hesitation here. I'm not super keen on the New Zealand dollar trade at this point because it's sitting right in the middle of the two levels. It's sitting right in the middle of the 7013 and the 6908 level. Any trade you're looking for at this point, even if it does go to this level below 70, it's going to be right in the middle. It feels like it's right in the middle. It feels like you'll be forcing a trade. So I would say let this move develop, focus a bit more on the Aussie dollar, and actually for this week we do have a lot of other trades to focus on. If I can, I'll just take a quick snapshot view for the Euro Pound. Last week when I spoke about it, I said that it was likely to go up, test, and break 8538 and possibly towards 8580. Part 1 is done. We're looking at part 2 right now. And then also from that, we have the, where was it? The Canadian also sitting quite bouncing off this 1.24 level, possibly with some news. We do have non-farm payrolls and the Canadian numbers, employment numbers to be released on Friday. So I think we're going to see a lot of trading opportunities this week. No reason to try and force any trades unless it looks really good and perfect. So what I would best suggest for everyone is to sit there, wait for it to happen, look at the news before activating any trades.
Okay, thank you, Jin. So yeah, remember any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is the opinion and views of the speakers here. So remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. Okay, I do see a lot of people here that are not in the Traders Club yet. And I just want to get Daniel here to share more about the Traders Club, just to see how it can help you trade better. Daniel.
Yes, Jinwei, thank you very much. So yes, in the LCMS Traders Club, LCMS Traders really was started in 2014. We have hundreds of traders going yourself, like being completely confused, unprofitable, to actually understanding the market, recurring losses, and be profitable. So right now in LCMS, we developed a called LCMS Traders Club. It is definitely our dedicated club platform for all club members. It is for anyone who is serious about being profitable in trading. So let me share what I'm talking about. Here, we have a trader club. Here we host a community of traders sharing strategies, ideas, analysis, monitoring the market together. It's really almost being a part of a professional trading firm. Now here in the trading, like for example, here the trading floor, we give a lot of trade ideas or what's happening in the market for personal opinion, trade ideas as well. Like Scott was giving a US yen trade idea on Friday. Many more, and I'm here also giving on the updates on the US CAD trade idea as well, and lots of discussions among club members. And then not only that, we have the market watch here, where every morning we will prepare for the members here for how to prepare your trading. For example, we have the daily currency analysis. This daily currency analysis gives you what summary of what happened yesterday or last week, and then what to look out for, and a suggested possible trade ideas. And not only that, we should even shortcut your way just for that. For those who are interested, this currency watch list is a snapshot of what we see in the morning. The charts, and then gives a suggested idea of what to buy, which currency pair, action of buy or sell, which today, 2nd of August, everything seems to look to buy, entry level, what price entry level, and what possible profit targets level. A lot more. And then not only that, we have a lot of educational videos here. Just to give you, for those who want to learn how we trade, we have the 4-day FX Kickstarter. If you're a member here, you always have access to the how we trade, both the fundamentals and the technical analysis, and many more, such as Fibonacci, chart patterns, trend series, divergence, and many more. Lots of videos, information here. Okay, not only that, this platform here, we have lots of functions here. Not only that, I like it a lot. We have the calendar. Okay, we have the calendar here, economic news calendar. Well, it's coming up. There you go. News calendar where you can plan your trades, so that you won't be caught by what surprises is going to come up, and whether it's what the forecast is, doing proper planning. Now, what I love about this thing is the data flash. In this function, the data flash, in my experience, when the news comes out, we get the news earlier than anyone else, so that if you are doing news trading, you will know what to do, how to react a little bit faster than most people. And as well here, I give you another example, the FX heat map, where you can see here, red and green, looking at this here, you can see whether or not which is stronger compared to which other currency pairs, and then exactly which focus currency to focus on. Okay, so now not only all these functions we have, we also have a live trading session twice a week. One is a Monday today, with a group coaching sessions where we actually guide everyone, how to look at the market in details, answering any questions and questions anybody has, how to prepare for trading for the week. And then give you lots of trade ideas as well. And then on Wednesday, we have a live trading sessions on Wednesday where we come together, look at the market, trade together, discussion, and take a trade together. So now this is really, both sessions really guide you through the current market conditions, and we can make profits together. Now you must be thinking, this wonderful club, how should you join? All you need to go is the tradersclub.lcms.com.sg here, where this platform is really, you can see, so beneficial, it's worth thousands. But this is your chance right now to join here at only $49 a month. Okay, $49, this is without a doubt the least you could do to make sure you achieve your best in trading. Now, this price can change anytime, so fill it up and click submit, and I'll see you in the club.
Okay, thanks for that, Daniel. Yeah, I've pasted the Traders Club link in the chat, so just click on it, read out more, and sign up if you find it beneficial to help you in trading. All right, so we have come to the end of the session. Today, we'll see you guys tomorrow for the Euro analysis. Thank you so much, and goodbye.